kid, she wanted to know if that was her kid. Scott couldn't eat the cheese.
Oh, because of his throat?
Oh, he had a little... I started writing a little about Scott and about Mama, what she had to do to take care of Scott. He had tomato seed would pluck his throat at first.
Oh, really?
And I remember a lot, Mama getting the stuff out of his throat. But this one time, I wasn't very old. We went to, Mom was taking him to Salt Lake because she couldn't get it out of his throat. So she was going to take him up there and have me operate on him and put it through a tube,
Yeah.
And we got into Richfield, and there was a fountain drinking water.
Mm-hmm.
And we was going with Uncle Ras, Mom and Dad, Mama and us kids, Marvin, me, I think, and Scott. I think maybe Jack was along because he might have been the baby. But anyway, Ras had told him to that drinking fountain, and he'd drink, and then all of a sudden he'd spit it all out.
Oh.
It'd go so far. And Dad was at the bank trying to borrow money to send with Mama to...
Oh.
And, oh, thank you.
Oh, thanks, Gordo.
Anyway, he was trying to borrow money.
Yeah.
And he had 100 head of young ewe sheep.
Yeah.
They wouldn't lend him a dime of money.
You're kidding.
And so Mama says, I'll go on and I'll make believe I got the money till he takes care of him. And Dad says, I'll go home and I'll sell the sheep and send the money, Well, we got up there and Mom took him to the doctor. And the next morning he was going to operate and put a tube through to feed him. And she worked all night with him and got it out.
Oh.
And we come home.
So she didn't have to.
And he didn't have to have it. And she worked with him.
What did she do to get that out? Do you know?
I don't know, but she finally, later, in the later years, when he had it all his life. After he's married, he come to her all the time when he'd get his throat clogged. And she'd built some kind of a wire thing that she could push down his throat.
Oh my gosh, isn't that amazing?
He'd come from antimony down and have her get it out of his throat. So
wow.
We were living in the old house down, so I wasn't very old.
What do you mean the old house? Where's that?
Well, it was at Barrow Flat.
Barrow Flat? Okay.
It was a log house, I think about 2 rooms, a log house, and then it had a lumber built, one more bedroom or something built. And then we had big granary built there. I think the boys slept in that granary a lot.
Okay.
In the wintertime, we'd move into Widsoe, at that time. So I don't suppose they were sleeping in the granary in the winter. It was in the summer.
Right.
But now what was I telling you about?
Sorry. I asked where that
subjects.
was. Well, you were telling me about Uncle Scott with his throat.
Oh.
And you were saying you lived there.
I think it was Marcus that had him in his arm and brought him in. They'd been outside, and Marcus and them just took a drink of water. And Mom had that lye soaking to do something with, wash your floors, them wood floors to scrub with or something. And Scott just picked up that lye and drunk it.
How old was he?
He was 3 years old, 2.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think Jack was probably born then, but I'm not sure.
Did she put milk down his throat?
Huh?
Did she put milk down his throat and then it And then pull that out. Is it curdled or can you
No,
remember?
milk don't do any good for that. All she had was some vinegar that was on pickles, and she got a little of that down him. And but where she held him up on her
Body?
she had a big sore where the light burned her.
Oh,
It was horrible.
yeah. I
And
don't
we
know
just
how he
had a
lived.
wagon, so we didn't have a car. So we loaded in the wagon and we went to Center Creek, which is 5 or 6
Miles.
or 7 or 8 miles.
Mm-hmm.
And Uncle Archie had a car, so they took him on to Salina. And me and Marva stayed there at Aunt Stell's, and we made gingerbread boys. Aunt Stell had us
Oh.
making gingerbread boys.
That's good. That's nice that she did that to take your mind off of what was going on.
I've got a few things to tell. My kids wanted me to tell things about each one of the family, how about them, but I can't think of anything great about special.
What you're telling me right now is great stuff.
They're all special,
I know.
but me and Marva spent most of our time together. But you know, when the horse ran away with us, I suppose Marva's told you that.
Tell me again, because I have heard those things when I was young.